specifically says, yes, this district can levy up to 2 mills of taxes, okay, to benefit of the district, okay? But what it says is only the governing bodies of the local governments can levy that tax, okay? So the school, this district, if you ultimately create it, this district can only request, you as the city council, board of supervisors, city of Marion, would then still have to approve a 2 mil added, to be added up to 2 mil. There's a big however in the code section. It says, however, if any part of the territory is then being served by another corporate agency, and it defines a corporate agency as basically any public, private, non-profit entity that's out there that's providing water or sewer service, that the district shall, it says the district shall, it doesn't say the district may, but let me point out, it is only at the option of, in this case, Rural Water Association. The district can't provide services. It cannot mandate that they get purchased. They can't take them over. They can't operate. Okay? Finally, let me point out one other thing. That if a Rural Water Association decides to request for relinquishment, in addition to that, you go back to the taxing section in 51.843. The taxing section says that in any area in which the district has relinquished, it can't charge tax, it can't tax. So for those areas that are currently serving rural water, there is no statutory authority for them to tax. There's no statutory authority for them to take over or to acquire those systems, only if the Rural Water Association requests or comes in and an agreed upon mutual agreement between the two entities. So I want to address those before we started, and then we'll go from there.
Stuff you said, George, in the paper, and I'm not verbatim, but you said that you would think they would want clean water, and they being me, and the rest of them. And you also said, and look here, you don't have a clue whether I got clean water or not. I know. You don't know that. And also, you said something about it not verbatim, but I think people get tired of sewer running into their lake. Well, there's another thing you don't know. A thing about it, unless it's your lake. I mean, if it's yours, then you know. But other than that, you don't know. And how dare you put that in the paper for people to read and believe that when I know I've got clean water and my sewer, as much as it costs, works just fine. I have no problem with it. And also, the way I read it, the city would have, if indeed the county was to get into this district situation, the city would have a certain amount of votes, more so than the county. I read that, that's right? No. That's right, I read it. So we're outvoted to start with. And after the last, I'm going to say 10 or 12, maybe more than that years, all the major decisions that the city has made has been I'm going to say disappointment. I could say fiasco. We're standing in one of them. And that 3-foot police station. And folks, I just, to be real honest with you, and with all due respect, I don't want y'all making a decision for anything to do on my place, with my water, or my sewer, or anything else to do with my property. No, I don't. And I just hope that y'all can do what you want to with your stuff. But the taxpayers in the county, we got enough. And we tend to our business. Every water company that I know is doing it right.
According to the Meridian Star, there will be 7 appointees to this, 4 of which will come from the City Council, 2 from the Board of Supervisors, and 1 from the Town of Marion. The odds are already against us with that situation because you'll be the controlling vote. I personally have a problem. I've been in this community almost, my husband and myself, 32 years. Half has been spent inside the city, half in the county. Never asked the county, in my 15 years being out in the county, has the city come to me and said, can I help you pay your water and sewer bill? I don't want to pay your bills. I have a problem when council members are sitting here saying they don't know why we're here. I know why we're here. Because I don't blame this mayor. She's only been in office one term, completion of your term. She inherited a lot of these problems. But some of you on this council can't say that. You've been here the whole 4 terms that John Robert was on board, because I lived in the city during that time. That would account for a minimum of 20 years. Somebody hasn't been doing their job. When you don't do your job, you need to go home. You don't need to ask the other taxpayers to do your job.
My comments is, I was not formally invited to a meeting with the city. I heard through the grapevine that there was a meeting and that I could come, but I was never formally asked to come to meet with the city council or the mayor. I talked to the attorneys. They said they were going to email me this charter. I never got it until last week. Tommy Gagnon from Clarkdale had to come down here to City Hall and pick it up and email it to me. I have a problem with that. It makes me think that you're trying to go around our backs to pass something that is not right. It says you have the right for eminent domain. In my section of my copy of the code that I got off the internet, it says we have the right to relinquish it, but however, whatever the district has to relinquish it, but whatever we're serving at that time that the district relinquishes is all we can serve in that area. And then anything else that's added will become part of the district.
Pressure will be so great that ultimately the Rural Water Associations will be very heavily pressured to give in to the district. And so I'm saying to the Rural Water Association, as a matter of fact, that this type of legislation, just as the legislation on the Gulf Coast in the 5-county area was created, it was designed to run the rural water associations out of business. And the rural water associations have been a major part of the development of Lauderdale County and every other county in this state, and they don't want it if they can avoid it. I would like to pose a couple of questions that I'm confused about. Number one, the resolution that I have in front of me says that this resolution, signed by the mayor and the council, was a resolution whereby the City Council of Meridian, the town of Marion, and the county of Lauderdale passed this resolution that it's in the best interest to create this district. And the notice in the newspaper talks about this being a countywide district. My understanding is, and just talking to the attorney for the town of Marion, is that they are opposed to this.
Raise rates on anybody outside of the city of Meridian without this district being created. You understand that?
That's what the attorney just said.
Perfect. Okay. Now, if you can't create a district within the city of Meridian, you propose to create a district some other way. You have any way to create a district by yourself, by Meridian by itself? Is there any way?
I don't know. You need to talk to the mayor about this. The mayor's the one designed all of this. Don't look at us. Talk to the mayor.
Well, Mr. Smith, the mayor doesn't act alone. So the mayor can make proposals, but the council has to act. In all deference to you, sir, it takes the council to vote. And so the mayor doesn't unilaterally do anything. So she may make recommendations, but it takes the council. And the council, ladies and gentlemen, you make the decision.
It originates with her, and then we get it. We have not got it.
Now, there's been figures, I think Mr. Harry mentioned, or someone mentioned, $30 to $50 million to fix your wastewater. John Robert Smith was quoted in 2009 saying it's $10 million. Can anybody explain to me how it goes from $10 million in 2009 to $50 million? Anybody know that? I could go up $40 million.
I have to ask Mr. Smith.
Well, that might be something we have to do, because that's a good question.